you got a pretty big advantage, I would say. That's what we saw from Tribe, of course. Crystal Arcade, though, very different game mode than we saw on Kaboom Canyon. The bans might reflect that, but you know what? Some of the brawlers stay pretty similar already. So once again, gonna be a Meg matchup here. Let's see what CMG does in response.
Yep, yet another Meg matchup. We'll see if it works well for Tribe Gaming this time. It didn't really work so well for them on Brawl Ball, but, you know, new map, new vibes, same brawlers on the side of Tribe, at least so far. Chasmac Gaming and Ave picked up some new ones that we haven't seen rear their heads just yet in this match. Some Gus, some Spike in here, never hurt anybody. And I think Spike is actually a really safe pick. I think a lot of people will share that mentality with me, but something that I will say quite often is this is almost too safe of a selection. We'll see how exactly it's addressed on the side of Tribe Gaming, but Chasmac are also affording themselves a strong last pick, getting rid of one of the stronger tank counters that they could possibly face. Some typical stuff for Chasmac Gaming would be like go for the Sam or something, but now that Tribe have the wall break, it's going to be quite difficult to make that work.
Yeah, I think Spike can deal a lot of DPS too, which might be an extra kind of motivation to pick this into Meg, right? I wouldn't expect Spike to go mid or anything. That's kind of what I expect Meg to end up doing. I think Colonel Ruffs is a good pickup for them, and Otis, nicely done as well. I really like this composition coming in from Tribe. We're not used to seeing Meg in Crystal Arcade and all of these gym grab maps, but this feels like a situation where she might shine. Gus, somebody that doesn't deal a ton of damage. I get that you want the shield on your side, and I'm not giving up on the Chasmac Gaming comp whatsoever, but so far I am a big fan of the Tribe Gaming one.
Same here. I mean, you can't really go wrong, right? Just pick the brawlers at the top of the tier list is what we often see from Tribe Gaming, and this is no exception. We'll see RBM select the Carl here. I like that. It's going to be difficult to deal with, say, as Livy in close range if he has that swipe. Otherwise, though, I think that this one is, you know, quite effective for RBM. Could also get silenced, but it's not going to do much as long as you're within that protective pirouette. And it'll also be slicing right through sandbags from Zulon if he runs those. And with Fade and Toast still on the field, I wouldn't be, like, too surprised if he still decides to go for the sandbags. I would say second gadget with that meteor shower is probably more effective here. We'll also get him good early game control of one of these bushes. Once you get into one of these positions, it is so hard to shove someone out if you don't have wall break.
Kicking off game number one here, it's going to be Zulon running it towards the mid. The monster truck mech already being a problem as RBM being pinned down right now. Does have a super. Toast goes down here too. Sandbags in play. Not going to make things easy for Fade as he's going to have a sandbag right in his face. And even though Zulon is kicked out of the mech, still a large lead. 5 gyms already for Tribe Gaming.
Could be compounding, but Toast will be able to grab the first one for his team. RBM now with a big assault forward, going right for Zulon, or maybe shifting gears. Never mind, taking down his Livy. Almost a kill onto Tyrant. Curveball claims his life. Never mind, it's Toast. Everyone on Chasmac Gaming NA is calling these shots together, focusing on an individual target one at a time, and it has devastated Tribe Gaming's ranks. Big destruction too as Zulon gets that gadget popped on him. Still, he's able to stay in the fight. Sandbags down once again to protect versus Fade on the right side, but it's just too far back. It's not going to afford him too much on that right side. Regardless, he gets to advance forward. We'll see as Livy sort of stick in this position that can oftentimes be impossible to remove someone from.
CMG really waking up here in set number 4. We didn't see their best work in that last one, but now we're starting to see them really shine. Dive in from RBM, shield being applied, and he wants more. Barely staying alive. 184 HP. Let the man collect his treasure. 10 gyms now for RBM. All they have to do is play a successful defense, and they've knocked Zulon out of the mech. Gonna be way too difficult as one last swipe goes down for RBM. What a game there from CMG.
Beautiful, just beautiful, and an amazing execution of what you can make happen when you give RBM that shield from Gus. It's this team playing around their individual strengths, and right here, RBM is just the centerpiece of this entire comp. It's really put RBM in a position and just let him go. Dude's just a Beyblade, let him rip and see what happens. It also helps that the guy's spinning, but Zulon spins a little bit too, so hey, maybe there's 2 of them on the same field, but they'll be going head to head, quite likely. RBM does get shut down a bit early on. Tribe Gaming now get that mid control that they got in game number 1. You have to recall that CMG did manage to get the retake even off of that with a good play in from Toast and RBM combining their supers. So Zulon, Livy, Tyrant, they all need to hunker down and prepare for this kind of instance.
That's a great shout. I mean, we did see it. Sometimes one kill is all you need in gym grab, and the most important one they could find is against Zulon. CMG finally starting to move up this map, but really being shut down on this right-hand side as Livy getting a pickup. Zulon helping now, collecting their 7th huge lead, and CMG gonna have to find a way to once again find a clutch kill.
CRBM on the right side. Feeling a lot more opposition this time, as Zulon and his Livy know that he's kind of the win condition for the team. Toast, though, does get a super. It's got to be popped on him because RBM's too low to continue on. Zulon also could be popped out of the Meg. Almost kill shot coming in, just 14 health left. And yup, yeah, Meg's a little buffed now. She gets to regen that health afterwards. Could be enough to carry her all the way to the finish line. 3 seconds left. RBM now circling in, but just not enough DPS. And we head on to a match point.
One more to go, and Tribe Gaming could be taking their 2nd monthly finals in a row, trying to make that return and establish themselves as the kings of NA East. CMG got a heck of a fight that they got to put up here in game number 3. Otherwise, it's the end of the road. We're going to have to see some bigger moments from them like we saw in game number 1, and they're going to have to do their best to not let Tribe overwhelm them early like we've seen in these first 2.
Well, already strong start for Chasmac Gaming in A. They do face a lot of fire down that mid lane. RBM also in a slightly different matchup than he has been before. Is going to be trying to get some easy shots on Zulon. It's not going to be easy in any sense of the word, as he and Toast fall one right after the other. Tyrant gets to collect these gems for himself and retreat back to the bushes on the right side. It's difficult to remove someone from this position without wall break, as I've said earlier. And Chasmac Gaming and A are absolutely feeling it at the moment. Fate is trying to get some of these curveball shots in here, but the use of the fat splatter from Tyrant is keeping him back quite well. He's out of these gadgets now. It could be the opportunity for Fate to start pushing in, especially as he has that life plant heal and a super to match. Toast has that super too. Almost a takedown into Zulon. Once RBM gets that super, Toast is going to be looking to combine forces with him, make a big play.
CMG doing everything they can to try and find their way back in this one. Colonel Ruff super going down. RBM has the extra HP, but going against 2 brawlers is tough for anyone, especially when it says Livy and Zulon on the other side. Now being knocked out of that mech as well. 7-4, still a fighting chance in this to say the least, but if Zulon gets another mech, could be too much to handle.
Zulon still keeping things at range. Wants to Once Toast gets that super, we have to be expecting a big play in. Is Livy much of the same? He's powered up and he has that super at the ready. Zulon's also not powered up. It could be a 2-for-1 deal. RBM now circling in, takedown onto his Livy. Good dodges, but Zulon still gets that kill. Tyrant falls. Zulon picks up a couple more gems, but a lot of area control has been forfeited by both teams, in fact. Zulon's going to be winning it back for his team, and Chasmac Gaming and A are just 1 gem away from starting this countdown. Even when they have it, though, they can't afford to back up just yet. Tribe Gaming has enough time to wait for a couple more gems to spawn. Zulon also has that super for close range combat. It's really, really tough. Both teams want to go for these gems, but they simply can't at the moment. Huge sandbags pop for his Livy, and this is a countdown for Tribe.
Those are going to be a real problem for Gus. So much discipline being shown by both of these teams. This is a masterclass of not hitting the panic super buttons. It's going to be really tough here, each trying to establish some serious control as Toast going to branch out now, picking up a second here as well. Countdown beginning, 2 gems in Chasmac Gaming's pocket extra.
Dipping below 10 seconds left. Tribe Gaming need to collect 1 more gem here. Toast now with the combo in as Livy taken down. Zulon also could be popped out of the mech. Just 1 second left and not enough time for Tribe Gaming to collect the last gem. We're going to a set 5.
Oh man, Ready. I thought they might be able to walk away from it, but Chasmac Gaming take a deep breath. You can see a sigh of relief on their faces, similar to how I'm feeling right now too. I was talking about how I was a little calm earlier. That's a lie, man. This is crazy. It's exactly what we expected, right? We're in the set 5, and like you said, now we just have to find out who the unfortunate victim of only getting 2 sets is.
You say we expected, and yes, we did, but you called the shot, so I'll commend you there. But I think a lot of people out there are also kind of expecting this close of a matchup, and you totally should.
Balance changes and everything. We're going to have to see how these teams adapt to very strong teams. I'm going to be going at it here. And the first overall pick, it's going to be Barley.
Interesting first pick here, but it makes sense, right? You've gotten rid of that other thrower quite early on, right? Banned out that Sprout. There's still other options. I like the reaction from Tribe Gaming. Immediately go for the Stew. That's going to shut down the Barley in a lot of ways, unfortunately. That combined with the Max is going to be super troublesome for Barley to deal with. Might even have to run the Sticky Syrup Mixer, actually, in order to deal with these couple of Brawlers. This, unfortunately, might spell defeat for Chasmac Gaming in A, unless they're somehow able to counter out these other 2 Brawlers hard enough that Barley can succeed. Could be a Colonel Ruff's choice if it hadn't been banned, so they'll have to think of other ways to block it out. B selection from them. This is the B into Max, and it's really just dependent on how these 2 Brawlers are played. You have speed on one side, you have slow on the other side. Just whoever has the best mechanics wins here, but Tribe Gaming still have a final counter pick.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, we've got Barley, who gives you a little versatility over the walls. We've got Penny, we've got B, just strong choices in general. Kind of looking out for some interesting picks here. It's going to be Rico. The fact that Rico's being drafted 6th on this map kind of blows my mind, just because historically he's somebody that always comes to the forefront of picks. And now we're going to get to put it on a Brawler who's really good with it too. Man, this is going to be a toughie. Of course, Barley does have that kind of favorable matchup into Rico, but I imagine that the Stew pick could also be to kind of break open these walls. So a little yin-yang here. Pros and cons for both sides. I don't know what's going to happen, Ready, but I'm excited. This is going to be a great finish.
It's going to be a great resolution to this conflict between Chasmac Gaming and Tribe Gaming. This is a storied matchup. Chasmac Gaming could finally take things down in the grand finals, right? They have defeated Tribe Gaming before last year in the quarterfinals, right? It was not the grand finals like it is here, so this would be monumental for this org. They'll finally get a grand finals win in North America if they can finish it off here. Early victories on the left side for Toast and RBM, mirrored around the right side, this time by Tribe Gaming, as Livy is trying to take things down. Still, notice how surgically Chasmac is trying to deny the super to Stew. They know that if they give that super to Stew, then it pretty much is all over, especially for Fade.
Wow, really strong start and a huge pop-off super there from Livy, finding the perfect angle. And despite all this hard work that Tribe are doing, it's complete control right now for CMG. Sure, they have a touchdown on this right-hand side, but they have to make sure that they're doing some of their own. As Livy now tucking in here, getting some hot zone percentages as they pick up 1 kill on the left, but RBM now able to play defense. Zulon, though, not giving up. So relentless, but does end up falling. Big lead here, but Tyrant can now start working on this left-hand side.
I love this defense of the left side from RBM. He's been defending it for so long. It didn't give a single percentage of capture to Tyrant, but now Tyrant has eventually gotten his super. He's running the long dash too. Zero drag being used full force at the left side. Trying to get him close versus RBM. Taken down. Toast also defending furiously. Fade is going to be sort of abusing this matchup on the right side, as Livy staying out of range a lot of the time, also popping that bouncy castle to stay alive. Not any connections off of that super, unfortunately. And now with that turret down, it's going to be yet another opponent for his Livy to face on the right side. Still being lured out by Zulon and Tyrant on the left side. Great use of the super from Fade, and this might be Chasmac's chance to push in on the right.
This is a defensive matchup at its finest. I think I underestimated how close this really was between the two teams. Now CMG finally able to touch down on the right just a little bit. 5% being the difference. RBM trying to keep Stu at bay as his Livy continues to use these bounce shots. It's a great map for Rico, and you can see why. And of course, as Livy playing one of his most notable brawlers while doing so. RBM now trying to rush in here, but Tyrant dashing over to the left-hand side. Fade low HP, trying to stay alive, but he does light the shot through, and now Zulon's gonna be able to move left as well. Still advantage for Tribe Gaming here.
RBM still on the right side. is playing quite defensively, has a turret at his disposal if he needs to block out some more damage from his Livy. Takedown on the left side, Zulon falls. Chasmac Gaming in A take back this lead. Now though, the clock is in play. 25 seconds left as Livy could fall. Here he comes. Zulon Tyrant also here to reinforce that right side. They're still behind, and they need to capture this left side. It's going to be difficult versus Toast. They have to just rush it, as Livy might not be cut out for the job. He does get a big super in here, but not that many connections. Zero drag from Tyrant isn't enough to dodge out those shots from RBM. Takedowns on the right side, too. It's a Chasmac Gaming victory as they push things to a match point in their favor.
CMG one away from making history. Could have some serious first here for North America. For some of these players like Fade and Toast, could pick up their first grand finals whenever. We could have yet another first as well, as it would be our third different grand finals winner in NA East. Legacies on the line, and Chasmac Gaming with a real opportunity to cause an upset.
Well, Chasmac Gaming are going to have to do it again, and Tribe Gaming might already understand their tricks here. Looks like they're already trying something new. Tyrant on the left side, still taking that lane, but his Livy's here to reinforce. Zulon's also getting a good bit of capture on the right side. Fade's trying to keep him back. They're just playing at the edge of each other's range. Zulon just playing so surgically. Make sure he's at the edge of that range. Takedown onto Tyrant on the left side. Chasmac Gaming in A gets an early lead, but Fade has to back up on the right as Zulon starts to rack things up on the right. Inching forward, but Chasmac Gaming in A is notably ahead.
There's a lot going down for both of these sides. I mean, each kill is going to matter so much. I think Fade is giving Zulon a good bit of trouble here, not allowing Zulon to easily just step on the hot zone right here. Now with the super going down, Max is going to be forced away. RBM and Toast still in complete control of this left-hand side, and unless Tyrant can kind of break through here and open up the map a little bit, it's just going to be a wide open range. And even if they do, B and Penny, sharpshooters, everybody rushing this right-hand side, but nonetheless, it's going to be Fade staying alive. It's now a monstrous lead for CMG. Tribe have some serious work cut out for him.
Uh-oh, bit of a misplay by Fade, though. He was forced to get too aggressive, and in that pinch, he ended up feeding Tyrant a super. This is it. This is the big play for Tyrant. He's trying to make it work, but RBM's ready with a salty barrel. Here comes that trash Panda, now down at mid. Turret firing down upon Zulon. And his Livy on the right side has a super at the ready. Difficult for Fade to play this lane because he can't safely get inside of here. And now Tribe Gaming might actually have some comeback potential here. Zulon, bit of a misplay on the left side, still able to get a trade. And Tyrant still out of a super. RBM's been playing this one really, really well, really patiently. Almost a takedown for Fade. Zero drag all the way to the enemy spawn. Fresh meat for Toast. And Chasmac Gaming in A still remain ahead, but this time they're going to get tied up pretty soon by Tribe Gaming.
Oh man, 2% being the difference right now, and Tribe just have to find a way to play defense and offense all at once. CMG now branching out, major tag onto Tyrant. It's going to be a kill as well. Here comes the rush, and a big shot in from Toast. Zulon low HP, going to be in some serious trouble, trying to do the best to dodge, but now two brawlers hunkered down right-hand side. Huge advantage for CMG.
It's almost impenetrable for Tribe Gaming. They got to make something huge happen. Zulon has no gadgets, but does have some dodges. Toast with a final takedown. RBM and Fade constructing a fortress on the right side as Livy taken down. The spins are out. The pins are out. Chasmac Gaming NA are your monthly finals champions in NA East in May. Wow, it's moments like these that completely annihilate my vocabulary because this is a first for a lot of things. We finally see the Toast team take a monthly final victory. That is insane.
There's a first for everything, right? Like you said, this is a big moment for the organization, for North America. We've now gotten our third straight different champion this year in a